Chapter 91 Aokiji, huh? You are listening at novelfull.audio. We're listened to this wonderful system prompt, and the smile on his face became brighter and brighter. After a while, Qingji's facial bones and internal nerves were almost fully recovered. That little bit of yellow liquid was all absorbed by Qing Pheasant. Not a penny was left. Qing Pheasant's white facial bones were all exposed at this time. The flesh and blood on it is also growing rapidly. If you want more, it will be as good as. We're also reached out and fished out everything from the smelly ditch on the side. It's much worse here, just install it. Okay. Just put it on. Thank you for your hard work, Lao Deng. As he spoke, Verval picked up the green pheasant's eyeball, dipped it in the stinking ditch soup, and then handed it to Robin. Just put these things in their original places, there's no need to pay attention to them. Put it away and don't move it for now. I'll do it again later. As Will spoke, he handed the items in the box to Robin one by one. Robin put all these organs back into place just like putting together a jigsaw puzzle, where dipped each one in broth, which allowed the nerves of the organ to connect, but from Qing Pheasant's point of view, it's pretty good. The stench emanating from the liquid in the basin almost made him vomit even in his conscious state. You take a dip and finish. And when you see it is starting to install, you take a dip, or Qing Pheasant really wants to fight now. I really want to give this bitch a hard time. Wait, you. Qing Ji thought fiercely, but suddenly, his eyes widened again, because Weir's big pair of eyes had already arrived in front of him. At this time, Qing Pheasant's face was already lacking everything. Although everything is crooked, everything is there. We're first pressed on the bulging eyeball of the blue pheasant, preparing to press it into the eye socket. Initially there was one, then two, then straightened up, and finally jumped up and smashed them. But the eyeball just went in. Aoki's mouth was so painful now that the corners of his mouth were twitching. Although the eye didn't go in, it was already connected. Every time we pressed it, he felt like he was being stabbed in the eyeballs during a fight. It hurts all the time. As a result, this guy got more and more aggressive, and in the end he even got smashed. Qingji really felt like his eyes were going to explode, and looking at the situation, it seems like it's still going in. Could this suffering be in vain? When Qing Pheasant felt uncomfortable, Wer spoke up to dispel his worries. Here, your eyes seem to be swollen. It's okay. I have a secret weapon here. You can get in no matter how difficult it is. As Veer spoke, he opened his medical kit and rummaged through it. Soon, he took out a bottle of lubricant. Then Wer squeezed a puddle directly onto the blue pheasant's eyeball. This scene stunned Qing Ji on the spot. He also knew this thing, and it was because he knew it that he was so surprised. Why does this guy carry this thing with him? Yes. What am I thinking? Yes. Should I care about my eyes first? This guy actually used this kind of thing on his own eyes. Qingji reacted and struggled violently. His body really started to shake. If this continues, there is a real chance that he will break through the seal. Bang. After a muffled sound, the green pheasant became quiet again. Wer also put aside the tiles in the pile again for emergencies. After Wer added lubricant, his movements became wilder. First I pressed it, and when I found out that it was okay, I just smashed it. But it was useless to hit him, so Wer just stood up and kicked. The feet were stomping on the blue pheasant's eyes. While stepping back, he said, "Go in. Go in. Lao Deng. Lao Deng. Die. Die. Bite. Congratulations to the host for getting 300,000 negative points. Bite. Congratulations to the host for getting 170,000 negative points." At this time, Qing Pheasant was really suffering from diaphragm and pain. This kid really wants to die. If his organs were stronger, his eyeballs would have exploded by now. After a stalemate for a while. With a tingling sound. In. The whole thing went in. Wer looked at his restored eyes and finally breathed a sigh of relief, and once this one is done, the other one will be easy to do. This was just an exception. The other one even went in with just a tap. Wer looked at Qingji's big and small eyes and laughed a little uncontrollably. Phtha. Weir's hilarious laughter made the already uncomfortable Qing Pheasant even more uncomfortable. Bite. Congratulations to the host for getting 20,000 negative points. Oh, There is this too, awesome, my general, it can be so shocking if something falls out from between your fingers. At this point, it is actually much worse. We're also directly brought out his own electric welding machine, after connecting the wire to himself and turning Aoki's face into steel, Will handed the welding torch to Robin. Ah. Do you want me to do this too? Robin asked with some certainty. Although she had seen Will welding, it was not easy. If she did it, Aokiji's face would still be bumpy. Isn't that too good? Is he your close friend? Why do you let me do this? Robin was really a little skeptical. Just do it casually, just tap the joints of the skin twice. With Admiral Aokiji's recovery ability, it will be fine as long as it is slightly connected. Aokiji, huh? Will connected the ground wire to Aokiji's face, put a veil and sunglasses on Robin, and urged Robin to hurry up. Seeing this, Robin also started to operate helplessly. The welding rod touched the steel, and instantly burst out with strong high temperature and light. Aokiji's face began to slowly connect together, but he was really in a state of extreme confusion now, when he saw Will take out the welding machine. He thought this guy wanted to make a frame for him, but when his face was turned into steel, Aokiji's heart instantly sank. It seemed that something bad was going to happen. As expected, the high temperature burned his cheeks, although the temperature was as high as red, but he had no defense or resistance at all. The temperature on his face was really hot. The burning pain made his body tremble unconsciously. It was Robin who was operating the machine. That too skilled method caused Aokiji to feel severe pain and then nothing. He had worked hard for decades and had reached the position of general. He thought his mind had long been as calm as water and as tough as iron, but today, in just a few minutes, his defenses were broken one after another. That's right, he was broken again now. Chapter 92 Aokiji's Broken Heart. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Luffy and the others all turned their heads away at this time. The first time Will did welding, Nami and Usopp were moved for the whole night. The tears really never stopped. They cried with their eyes open, and even more with their eyes closed. It was like eating shienmai, they never stopped. The two of them cried to each other all night, looking at the strong light of welding. It seems very refreshing at first, but after one night, the eyes will be super sore. It's like eating a few lemons. Children in front of the TV should also try it. Luffy and the others laughed at the two for a whole day, but looking at the two of them, you can tell that welding is good. Now everyone is honest, no one looks at this. Even the most arrogant Luffy doesn't have such thoughts, he is really afraid. That will say that this is also a disease and needs to be treated, then arrange a meal for Aokiji. That would be really miserable. Will was stunned as he watched Aokiji's face begin to develop in an indescribable direction because of Robin's technique. This is my beloved friend, brother, how can I let Aokiji lose face? It's my fault. Let me do it. Will immediately grabbed Robin's two stable hands. He began to slide on Aokiji's face. The bumps began to become smooth, and the places where Will had welded were simply visible. After taking Robin to the back and patching up the pits in front, the welding was finally finished. Will was also happy to be able to get powerful abilities right away. Now all we need to do is get some water into Lao Deng. This should be the last step. The nose just got welded, ding. Congratulations to the host for getting 230,000 negative points. The system is still beeping, and it's basically starting at 10,000. Will is already a little numb. All the teeth just broke. Will doesn't want to fix them, they are too willing, so he just took out a fake one. Specially made, it's almost the same as the real one. The only drawback is that it falls off easily, but this is easy to solve. Just weld it, just do it. Will doesn't say anything nonsense. He took the fake one and stuffed it directly into Aokiji's mouth. It's just this size. It seems to be too suitable. This one is a little bit bigger. It's okay. Will took out a sledgehammer. He just hammered at the stuck fake coin. The fake coin went in with a clang. This is an eye again. It's not that fragile. Does anyone think that you still need to ask Yintao to come? No need to waste time if you can make the final decision with one hammer. The following process is also extremely skilled. The welding machine has not been collected yet. Will did not ask Robin to come. The inside of the mouth is too easy to operate. Even you have to weld carefully. ZZZZ. The strong light also slowly lit up. A lot of smoke also came out of Aokiji's mouth. Some of it was inhaled into the lungs with your breathing. Aokiji was speechless. This welding smoke is actually poisonous, so you don't need to worry about it. It has no effect on you. but Will's welding in his mouth broke his defense again. I have to say that he is still not very experienced. Enolu said that you have to inhale it into your lungs. I will weld directly in my lungs. I can save you the inhalation step. As Will operated bit by bit, although the speed was slower than before, the welding was also stronger. Not long after, the sizzling sound stopped. Luffy and others also looked up curiously, but this look was very important. After seeing it, everyone's face changed. To be honest, it was a bit funny at first glance, it was a bit scary at the second glance. For a while, everyone knew what expression they should make. They all frowned tightly and looked here with weird eyes. If anyone wanted to recognize Aokiji at this time, they could only start from the nose. Only the nose was exactly the same as the original one. In addition, the eyes are one big and one small. The new fake hair is exposed as if it is sick. Aokiji wants to shut his mouth. But he can't do it. Because the fake hair is a little big, Aokiji looks like he is always grinning with his teeth showing, and it is fully exposed. A bit like Luke, at this moment, he is completely broken. He dare not believe what kind of situation he will face after returning like this. Garp, I remembered something happy. Sengoku, my wife gave birth to a child. Kizaru, Kazan-chan. Akashi, disgusting. Disgusting. Rabbit nose. It's over, I'm done. Aokiji's Taoism collapsed at this moment. Even the lazy and lazy began to change towards the decadent. At this time, only Sanji understood Aokiji. Handsome guys like them are more concerned about their peerless looks. If the looks are ruined, the Tao heart and life will be ruined. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining 500,000 negative points. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the ability, high-level armed color domineering. About to break through the super level, here it comes. Here it comes. Will looked at the system page. He was stunned at first, then he was excited. The armament hockey that was about to break through the super level, this raised his hockey level by a whole level. The power of armament hockey, Will now clearly felt it. It was just the first level armament hockey, but it was enough to hurt Aokiji like this, although there were other means to support it, and Aokiji had no defense, but it is undeniable that the armament hockey has the greatest attack power bonus. Full release is even 3 times stronger than the charge. Armament hockey is the most solid means in the later stage. Armament hockey at the level of Aokiji is really strong. It is high level now, but when Aokiji fights Garp in 2 days, he should have broken through the super level. Garp must be super level. The bounty is only 200 million, but I already have the high level peak armament hockey. It's simply outrageous. Now Will feels that if I use armament hockey with all my strength, plus other means, the power of that attack will definitely touch the threshold of the general, but it's just the threshold. That is to say, it is slightly stronger than the general candidate, but this is limited to 1 attack. Oh, although this ability is stolen without any problems, it is really strong, but for me now, there is a bonus. But it is not that big. My current physical strength is only enough to use armament hockey with all my strength once. The overall comprehensive strength should only surpass my general. A short-term burst can reach the general candidate. At this stage, it is completely enough. There should be no one who can defeat me in the first half of this grand line, but endurance is a taboo for men. This is possible. I must improve my physical fitness quickly. This is really urgent. The word persistent is here. There are skills and tricks, but it depends on how long you can persist. This is definitely unbearable. The next stop is the judicial island of the water city. I hope Lucci and others can help. Let me get more physical fitness. I only want 1 door fruit, the rest are all physical fitness. Make a wish first. Chapter 93. I am Aokiji. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Moreover, the Dingmanman fruit is also a spatial ability. The future is promising. The future is promising. After making a wish, he looked at Aokiji's handsome face that was about to catch up with Sanji. It's also about the patience of the heart. His eyes can recover over time, but this tooth, where can say, do you need to know more about the same style of card? There is no other way. That's all I can do. Thinking like this, Weir also took out a green girdle from his medical kit, put it on Qing Pheasant. Lao Deng, don't blame me. Born in this world, I am also free. Bite. Congratulations to the host for getting 8,000 negative points. Hey, it seems that Lao Deng still has a strong opinion on me. Forget it, one day, he will understand me. By the way, Lao Deng, I almost forgot. I have to give you acupuncture, but the nerves in your face may not be connected that well. We seemed to suddenly think of something at this time, and said excitedly, after saying that, he started rummaging through the boxes again. Originally I thought they were leaving, but when I saw this, my heart began to beat again. Past, acupuncture should be quick and easy, right? Before Qing Pheasant finished thinking, Where had already taken out his needle. That's right, nails, the length must be 30 centimeters, that's right, it's longer than the thickness of his face. Where also held a small hammer in his other hand. If you guessed correctly, it should be used for smashing nails. Qing Pheasant, Private Marseille. Arigato. Wilco doesn't care about you. Ding ding dang dang, ding ding dang dang. Let's get started. The system was also clanking. Just over 5 minutes later, Will held Chopper in his arms and grabbed Robin's arm. They all bowed as they looked at Qing Pheasant lying on the ground, then he turned around and walked towards the ship. Let's go. Lao Deng. It was fine originally, but after Wire finished speaking, the green pheasant miraculously trembled again. Ding, congratulations to the host for getting 100,000 negative points. Listening to the system prompts, Will finally let go of Robin's arm. That's right, he just deliberately made Lao Deng angry. 100,000 for nothing. Take off. But Robin looked a little disappointed when Will let go, but she didn't show it either. I secretly glanced at the smiling Vil. At this time, Where was still immersed in the joy of realizing the freedom of negative points. This trip, what a fruitful harvest. It's just like following the goods, so cool, I'll go back and have a good time later. Will thought excitedly. Luffy and the others also returned to the ship with Robin's help. Now everyone is lying on the deck crying in sorrow. It's as if the collective has been possessed by the specter of negativity. Hey, don't be like this. Why are you so happy? Brothers. Were you so happy before? That they were happy, but Will was happy. I'll give them some treatment later, and I'll tell them they're in good physical condition. But just when he was happy, Usopp, who was lying on the deck beside him, suddenly stood up. Everyone looked at him in unison. Will's body became even more tense. Brother, what's the matter with you? That Will asked with a serious look on his face, but at this time, even Usopp himself was a little confused. He said blankly, I know, I felt like I could stand up, so I stood up. What words? What words is this? Is this a bad thing? Veer saw it too. These guys were seriously injured. Qing Pheasant's strength is just right. They rested for a while and then recovered on their own, although I have to admit that you are very gentle, but you did something bad. It was so light just now. Hey. I am fine too. I can move my legs too. Me too. Seeing that Usopp could stand up, they all gave it a try. The results are also obvious. That's great. This is why vile treatment must race against time. Hurry up, they will really take care of themselves. Then we are in need of treatment. Usopp said again at this time. After hearing this, several people all reacted. Just disperse in a hurry. You still ask about this kind of thing? You are so stupid. Nami's shout also came over at this time, awakened Usopp's blinded mind. Yes. What am I asking? Run. Several people all went to prepare for setting sail, and everyone is rushing to work. They all want to appear as busy as possible. Seeing this scene, Will shook his head helplessly. Forget it, let's watch Water City again. Their wool has been harvested. Soon Will brought Chopper to their room. After gently placing it on the bed, Will began to browse the store. This time, I gained a full 1,800,000 negative points. It's true that Will has seen it for a long time. In the past, we always chose to display low prices first. Now I can finally do it the other way around. After Weir and the others walked for an hour, Qing Pheasant finally woke up. He stood up shakily. He took out his phone from his pocket. I dialed that familiar number. Naval Headquarters, Marshal's office. 3 figures were sitting around a reception table. Each of the 3 of them had a cup of tea in front of them. There is a bounty for Will on the table. It's so easy for me to take a rest. Why are you showing me this? Warring States looked at he and said, then he picked up the tea in front of him and took a sip. My intuition tells me that this little guy is simple, and the Lieutenant General may not be able to defeat them. He said with some worry at this time. She also saw Weir's potential, so she wanted Warring States to send more people. That's right, Sengoku. This kid actually has a higher bounty than my grandson. He should be caught. If he's good enough, let me go. I promise to bring him to your office. Put him on your desk. Garp also stopped eating senbei at this time. Said indignantly, but Warring States smiled mysteriously. After slowly taking a sip of tea, he spoke confidently. It's used. I have arranged for Qing Pheasant to catch him. At this point, he should be heading back. As soon as he said this, everyone looked at him in surprise. Let the general take action directly. Should I be a new pirate to deal with him? Although this is not a bad idea, but it's still amazing. Qing Pheasant, you really think highly of him. But if it's Qing Pheasant, then something will happen to him. General, he was relieved at this time. Even Garp continued to eat senbei. No need to play, he actually let the general bully people. Really, Garp despised Sengoku in his heart. Just when Warring States wanted to continue saying something, his phone rang. After he picked it up, a face he had never seen before appeared in front of the three of them. Who is this? Are you an illegitimate son, Warring States? I've never seen him before. This face looks very similar to yours. Ha 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 ha. Garp also joked at this time. Anyone can call this phone. Who are you? Warring States also frowned and asked at this time. I am Qing Pheasant. Thanks, still thanks, but it's all thanks in vain. 3 chapters will be posted first. I'll code another chapter later. I'll add another chapter today. So the little brother is nagging a lot. Special thanks to us. No list 1, real night that I spent 70 yuan in one day. You say it's scary. I also want to thank, and also Merc is a poet. I like reading, Yasaki-sama, Ru Tianlu and a rat. Merc is also a big boss. Grateful. Window, _tabula equals window, _tabula dot push, mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, tabula, below, article, thumbnail, 300x250, placement, below article thumbnail, 300x250, target _type, mix. Chapter 94. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What? Aokiji? This guy who looks like a zombie actually dares to say that he is Aokiji. Garp couldn't help it on the spot. Although I dare not say that my big pheasant is handsome, it is not so disgusting. How dare you say that you are Aokiji? You guy. Why don't you take a piss and look in the mirror? Look at your pig face. How dare you say that you are Aokiji? Why don't you pretend to be someone else? You actually pretend to be the admiral. Do you think we don't know Aokiji? I advise you to tell the truth where you picked up this den mushi. Garp threatened the den mushi. He concluded that the den mushi was picked up by this ugly guy. Even Sengoku didn't believe it. The difference in appearance is too huge. He talked to Aokiji not long ago. How could it become like this in such a short time? That's right, tell me, kid, where did you pick up this den mushi? Zhangguo also agreed at this time. Only Tsuru frowned. This voice is obviously Aokiji's. Why is his face totally different? Aokiji on the other side was in a bad mood when he came, and he was also a little annoyed after being scolded by Garp. Okay, let's play like this, okay. Vice Admiral Garp. Did you tell? Before he finished speaking, Garp instantly exploded. Shut up. You daring lunatic. How dare you slander me, Aokiji continued. And you wiped a bunch of snot on Marshal Sengoku's hat last time when he wasn't paying attention. How dare you talk nonsense? And the sheep of the Marshal, you last time. Stop, stop, stop. Okay, my dearest Admiral Aokiji, now let's talk about how you became like this. Garp stared at Den Mushi with a serious face and extremely serious. His tone was full of seriousness and worry. That serious look, those who don't know may think he is the Marshal, but if you look closely, you can clearly see that there is a trace of cold sweat oozing out of his forehead. Sengoku, who was standing next to him, took off his hat with a suspicious look on his face. At this time, there was a trace of dried snot on the brim of the hat. I remembered the salty taste I tasted when I drank tea before. His face also unconsciously darkened. What new variety of tea are you talking about? Great. So it's you. Wait. You wait. Tell me, Aokiji, what's going on? Where is that kid? Taking the den mushy from the serious-looking Garp, Sengoku asked calmly. I'm lost. They have already escaped. My face is also thanks to him. Aokiji said helplessly. What? Lost? What's going on? With his little strength, how could he be your opponent? Your consciousness is gone. Not only did you not catch him, but he also disfigured you. Sengoku asked incredulously. That's right. Sengoku, who got a positive answer, took a breath of cold air. How is this possible? Even Garp and Crane on the side couldn't help but widen their eyes. He really let him escape. And it seems that Aokiji was defeated. How did that guy do it? They really want to know now. This is incredible, such a big gap in strength. And he was defeated by those inferior tricks of his. Aokiji's words were full of yin and yang. Sengoku was also a little embarrassed when he heard it. He began to try to divert the topic. Didn't you freeze him right away? You are careless, Aokiji. If you trap him right away, how can he have the opportunity to use those tricks? Sengoku said earnestly. Frozen, using all his strength right from the start. So what? Those little tricks instantly broke it. Why didn't you put the sea stone on him? If you put it on him, it would be foolproof, and you are still careless, Aokiji. Marshal, do you know why I didn't chase them? Aokiji suddenly asked back. Why? Because the sea stone is on me now. It was also instantly broken by his little tricks, Aokiji said in a calm tone, but in his calm tone, I always feel that he is mocking people. Especially the 3 words, little tricks. This time, Zhongguo really has nothing to say, and he began to scratch his head in embarrassment. Well, this information, he won't tell you, and it's not accurate. He just, maybe it's not that accurate. Anyway, this can't be blamed on you, you come back first. Let's discuss the problem of this trick, crack this trick, and then send someone to catch him. Well, now, come back first. You've worked hard, come back and rest for 2 weeks. I'll have someone send you the spare key. After Zhongguo finished speaking, he really couldn't stand Aokiji's resentful eyes. He hung up the phone with a click. As soon as the phone was hung up, the scene suddenly fell into silence. Looking at Zhongguo's frustrated look, Garp actually wanted to laugh. But now the situation is a bit special, so he had better laugh again. What kind of trick is this? He actually solved all the admirals, but he also spoke at this time to break the silence. It's okay. Tricks are just tricks after all. Just crack them. Garp also echoed at this time. Stop playing tricks. The admirals have been knocked down. What's the trick? Zhongguo finally couldn't help it. He and Aokiji were just playing yin and yang, you two are still standing here. This guy's behavior is a bit unexpected. Now we can only wait for Aokiji to come back and understand the specific situation. This kid can't be treated with common sense. Qiao, you asked the intelligence department to investigate him seriously. Such key information can actually be wrong. After Zhongguo finished speaking, Garp, with a serious face, quickly echoed. That's right. But as soon as he finished speaking, Zhongguo stared at him, very calm, very indifferent looking at him. Seeing this, Garp's cold sweat flowed even more violently, his eyes kept rolling. Well, I'll go to the intelligence department first. Tsuru also stood up and walked out at the right time. Garp, Private Marseille's sister. Not long after Tsuru left, Garp's screams came from the office. Not long after, Aokiji also received the handcuffs key sent by the Navy. With the disappearance of the sea stone, the long-lost power began to awaken little by little. but with the return of power, Aokiji's face gradually showed an expression of disbelief, but this expression was a little ugly. What's going on? Power got stronger. Aokiji was a little uncertain, and his feet began to emit cold air. The ground froze instantly, but only a small piece. It's really getting stronger. The temperature is a little lower. What's going on? Aokiji was surprised. If it was only a little bit, he wouldn't be so surprised, but the amount of improvement is very considerable. I didn't do anything. Why did I suddenly become so much stronger? Aokiji's mind was running wildly, thinking about various possibilities, but such a bizarre thing, he had never heard of it. This is completely impossible. I was just tortured for a while. How could I become so much stronger? Could it be Will's treatment? Can his treatment increase strength? This idea kept appearing in Aokiji's mind, even if it sounds extremely absurd, but after thinking about it, it seems that this is the only possibility, that guy's treatment can help people increase their strength. And the amount of enhancement is very considerable. Is this also his little trick? It's really amazing. Such a doctor is simply world-class. It's really unbelievable. Feeling the power that appeared out of thin air in his body, Aokiji's depressed mood seemed to be much brighter. Even this face seemed to be acceptable. Thinking of this, the smile that had always existed on Aokiji's face seemed to be somewhat from the heart. That kid, it seems that he is not so bad. At this time on the merry Will looked at Chopper, who began to groan because of the pain, and there was a trace of worry on his face. Caught up, although late but arrived. Thank you Night-Shinran for another explosive update. You are really a thigh. This really can't blame me for being narrow-minded. It's really too explosive. Chapter 95 Upgrade. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this time, Qiao's condition is already a bit serious. In another 2 minutes, this kid's coma will not last. After waking up from the pain, it will be a real nightmare. The kind of severe pain that is like being cut by 1,000 knives will instantly make it lose control of its body. It can only lie on the bed and silently endure the unspeakable pain. Listening to Qiao's painful groan, Will also turned his eyes to the system again. At this time, there is a prompt on the system interface. About the system upgrade prompt. Ding. Congratulations to the host for depositing more than 1 million and unlocking the system upgrade function. The host can choose to spend 1 million negative points to upgrade this system. After the system is upgraded, you can get Item Enchantment Enhancement Function, Mental Power Automatic Cultivation Function, and Advanced Mall License. Item Enchantment Enhancement Function can enhance the items you have obtained. Spiritual Power Automatic Cultivation Function can slowly improve spiritual power. Advanced Mall Permission, unlock higher quality malls. Note, choosing to upgrade will provide the host with a spiritual power enhancement. Spiritual power can greatly increase the strength of the Overlord color. Yes, the system also has an upgrade function. Will was a little surprised when he saw the new things in front of him. The things you will get after upgrading are also written very clearly, whether it is item enchantment or advanced mall, they are all useful. If it is advanced mall, there may be something that can directly improve strength, even if there is no. The things in it don't seem as simple as they are now. Maybe there will be something more bizarre. It goes without saying that the item enchantment, whether it is enchanting your chainsaw or welding machine, will definitely get extremely enhanced. Even more outrageous is the brick. I don't know what kind of amazing effect this anesthetic brick will get after being enchanted. Even more outrageous is that I brought a medical kit with me all the way. This thing is already amazing. If it is strengthened again, will really dare not imagine how abnormal it can be. These are eclipsed by another function, Mental Power Enhancement Function. It can continuously enhance mental power, and it will give a wave first when it is upgraded. His current mental power, the system estimated, is 5 points. If the data is concrete, the average mental power is about 5 or 6 points. Those strong people may be able to reach 5 points. This thing is innate. How much you start with is how much you will have in your life. There is no way to improve. Those top Conqueror Haki are essentially the ones who have cultivated the Conqueror Haki ability to the top. He is stronger than others because of the Conqueror Haki ability, not the mental power. The difference between the mental power is not much, the same strength of Conqueror Haki, but the mental power is 1 or 2 points lower. Although there will be some impact, it will not be a situation of being defeated, but if the difference in mental power is too big, then even if the conqueror haki is as strong as it will be a situation of crushing. This is why Red Hair is called the strongest conqueror haki, because his mental power surpasses everyone. Will roughly estimated that the guy should have at least 4 or even 5 points of mental power. This is terrifying. If he releases it with all his strength, there should be no opponent for him in the domineering color. The system also gave a specific amount. If you choose to upgrade the system, you can get a full point of mental power. 5 points. Adding my own points, that's a lot. Directly surpassing Red Hair. The increase in combat power is simply immeasurable, and this is just the beginning. This function is to increase your mental power all the time. You can get this function if you upgrade the system. It can be said that the sooner you upgrade, the better. The sooner you increase yourself, the more you will have. Every point of this thing is extremely precious, although I don't know the domineering color now, but who would complain about having too much mental power? I have to say that these 3 functions are very powerful. If you choose to spend 1 million to upgrade the system, these can be credited immediately. It can also make your subsequent voyage more secure, but will choose to upgrade? This question does not need to be answered. The injection in Will's hand has already given the answer. Super Painkiller. Price, 150000. Function, it can make the patient immune to all pain within 1 day. After the effect ends, the patient can permanently obtain 50% pain immunity. Evaluation, the potion that Deadpool and Wolverine dream of. This thing is really good. It belongs to the $1 goods, 1,500,000. It is really not a bit of water. Not only can it solve the current urgent need later, it can also make Joe 50% pain immunity. Don't think it's not worth it. If I can get some more pain immunity in the future, Qiao to blue wave pills, maybe I can really open it as a normal form. I developed blue wave pills for Qiao, and if you eat too much, there will be such a side effect. You have to overcome this side effect. Then blue wave pills can be eaten as candy beans. As for the system upgrade, let's wait a little longer. Now Qiao is the first. Later, you can save negative points and upgrade the system first. After all, there are so many benefits after upgrading. Ouch! Suddenly, Joe behind were let out a tragic and strong cry. The loud scream quickly attracted everyone on the ship. The door banged and was kicked open. Luffy took the lead and rushed in. What's wrong? What's wrong with Joe? As soon as Luffy came in, he panicked and looked for Qiao. Seeing Joe lying on the bed, he ignored him and wanted to rush over to see what was going on, but behind him, Zoro grabbed him. Don't move. Will is here. Let him see what's going on. Zoro said with a serious face. Qiao's scream just now was very abnormal. It was as if he had experienced some kind of abuse. At this time other people also came in. As soon as I got there, I saw Joe twisting his body in pain, but as soon as his body moved, something seemed to be triggered, and it became more painful in an instant. What's going on? Will. What's going on, Joe? Luffy calmed down and asked Will in a panic. Will was not in a hurry to give Qiao an injection at this time, but also wanted him to feel such pain for a few seconds. If he were given an injection as soon as he came up, he might think that taking 2 pills at once would be okay. If next time he is away and this kid continues to eat like this, or even eats more, the problem will be a few seconds longer than it is now. This is a side effect of taking 2 blue wave pills at one time, which means the pain is increased by more than 100 times. Will said calmly, but as soon as these words were said, everyone was no longer calm. Robin looked even more ugly and said, doesn't that mean that its breathing now is like a knife cutting its throat? If it just moved its body, it would hurt like a needle piercing the body. That's right. Then, that's what it shouted just now, Nami said in a trembling voice with a look of disbelief on her face. Hearing this, all the faces of instantly turned ugly. Yeah, that's how painful it must be. Luffy was even more grateful that he didn't rush forward just now. If you hit Qiao at this time, you might really kill him. Chapter 96 is the rebellious phase coming. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qiao became like that because he saved the family. What to do? How can I help it? This question popped up in everyone's mind involuntarily. Then they all looked at Will again. Here, there is only one doctor, Will only has the ability to help Qiao. But they saw Will looking indifferent. What? Why is Will so calm? Aren't you worried about Qiao? Qiao is already in so much pain. Hey! Will! You can save Qiao. If this continues, it will die. Luffy looked at Veer in a panic and shouted. Keep your voice down, and its eardrums will suffer severe pain from the loud sounds. Weir heard this and reminded Luffy. After saying that, he came to the bed. At this time, Qiao was looking at Weir with tearful eyes, a little desperate and a little hopeful. But I have no regrets. Its breathing was extremely weak, it wants to cry, but if it dares to cry, the pain from its vocal cords and face will kill half of its life. Seeing Weir coming, Xiao Da's eyes changed again. It hurts too much. Just breathing made it unbearable. Its eyes were filled with despair. Gradually, it began to use its eyes to convey its information to Will. Veer understood its meaning. Kill me, while looking for a suitable injection location, Weir said softly. Don't worry, I have a way, just endure it for 2 more seconds. After Weir finished speaking, Xiao Yinyan's despair quickly dissipated. The one who takes is the joy of surviving the disaster. It never doubted Weir's words. Brother said that if there was a way, he would be saved. Remember this feeling. Weir, who was holding the injection in his hand, looked at Xiao Da's vein and inserted it directly with a quick and accurate injection. The hand potion was quickly pushed in, the needle pricked, and Xiao instantly trembled with pain. This feeling is truly unforgettable. As soon as the potion was gone, Xiao Da started to breathe instantly, just like a drowning person who was finally saved. The only sound left in the scene was Qiao's gasping voice. Once the medicine is administered, the pain disappears immediately, but pricking it once was enough to keep this kid's memory fresh. The pain all over his body finally disappeared, and Xiao started crying loudly at this time. It cried miserably, although it didn't cry as much as Will did after he treated it, but there was no need to give in too much. Hearing Qiao's cries, everyone who was holding their breath was relieved. Just after Weir finished speaking, everyone didn't dare to speak out. Now that the problem has been solved, we finally feel relieved. But thinking about what Qiao had just experienced, we still couldn't help but feel heartbroken. Sanji, I must make more delicious food for Joe in the future. It is my best companion besides women. Zoro, if there is good wine in the future, just drink it. Luffy, Joe. I will never steal your food again. Nami Usopp, from now on, when our threesome escape, we will not let you fall behind. Robin, let's scare it less in the future. At this moment, Xiao completely became the group favorite. At this time, with tears in its eyes, it struggled to get up and hug Weir, but being immune to pain does not eliminate this use. It just doesn't hurt anymore. Its body was also seriously damaged due to excessive use of blue wave. It's impossible to think about it. It's impossible to move even if you want to. Now the most important problem has been solved. Physical problems are not a problem, but he is a doctor, specialized in treating this kind of thing. As for Qiao, just let it go this time, give it some internal and external medicine, no more disembowelment, let it recover slowly. What does it feel like? That Will asked looking at Qiao lying on the bed. Pain. Qiao said with an aggrieved look. Would you like to eat it next time? That Will asked, glaring at it angrily. Still eating. Qiao, who looked aggrieved at first, suddenly became hardened, refuted Weir. What? Luffy. You all get out. I'm going to treat Joe's injury. He's going to die soon. His brain is probably dead, that Will said with a gloomy expression. Hearing this, Luffy and the others were stunned at first, but Will said that he wanted to treat Qiao, so they couldn't argue. All we could do was line up and walk out. Bang, the door was closed, but they could faintly hear the shouts coming from inside. Eat, eat, eat. Just eat. Let's go. Follow me to the operating room. Brother is going to be taken away. I want to eat it. I told you to return to your Galeazwang if this happens. Don't you understand? I don't. I won't. Okay. Okay. It's time to be rebellious, isn't it? Today I will cure your rebellious habit. Bang. There was also a heavy slamming sound from inside. Not long after, along with the buzzing of a chainsaw, Qiao's screams began to sound, and it is obviously much more miserable than before. Several people suddenly shuddered. there was a look of fear and joy in his eyes. Fortunately I was not injured this time. There was only Qiao. What a blessing, say no more. Start exercising. It can't be me next. Several people are thinking together. Immediately afterwards, the tornado on the ship began to roll up again. Even Robin is no exception. She wants to awaken the armed color. Veer said that if the body is too weak, it cannot awaken. Only when the body is strong is the root of everything. The ship sailed smoothly. Now Nami's navigation skills have also improved more than a little. She was faintly approaching the point of reaching Vil. This is talent. Most people really can't compare. With her around, the ship generally won't encounter any unstoppable or troublesome weather. The sea breeze blew on the sails of the Meili, and also blew the orange trees, making a cooling sound. Meili, who was sitting on the mast, watched a group of people working hard in the sun, and she couldn't help but have an innocent smile on her face. The family is so happy sailing together. Ah! Ouch! Ouch! It's just this scream that's a little scary, Meili thought bitterly. Qiao's screams lasted for a full hour before finally stopping. Now, has fainted again, but the strange thing is that it is obviously immune to pain, but it still keeps screaming. No one knows what Vale did to it. How could he make a deer that felt no pain emit such a pitiful cry? Window, _tabula equals window, _tabula dot push, mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, tabula, below, article, thumbnail, 300x250, placement, below article thumbnail, 300x250, target _type, mix. Chapter 97 Peach Rabbit. Hehehe. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hey, the child is too old to be taken care of anymore. There was a squeak, the door of the operating room was pushed open. Vil walked up, after sitting down on the sofa where Robin usually read. Will shook his head helplessly. Everything is soft, but the mouth is tough. Is this the case in the rebellious stage? The child is really old. Hey! After speaking, Will looked up at the window and saw that the group of people in front of him were all busy. The sunlight shone on Weir's slumped face, making him feel drowsy. On the chopping board in the back room, Chopper was unconscious with his tongue hanging out and his eyes rolling. The body shakes from time to time. It was as if something indescribable had been done to him. Weir, who was a little tired, wanted to take a cigarette and smoke it, as a citizen of Miyoshi in his previous life. He had never touched this thing. After thinking about it, I finally took a pack of new Shijizhuang from the mall. He opened it, took one and put it in his mouth, snapped his fingers, the electric light flashed, and the cigarette was lit. He took a deep breath. The result is also unsatisfactory. Cough 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 cough. That this strength is really not ordinary. Forget it. It seems I'm not suitable for smoking. The next stop is the capital of 7 waters. It should be very lively over there. This time, not only did he obtain the bug level ability of time domain, but he also obtained the advanced weapon color necessary for strong men. He is now here according to the test. And the cooling time of the time domain is 2 hours, totally acceptable. Now I won't panic even if I meet a candidate for general, although it is still not enough. The gap is not too big. Besides, AO Pheasant is still invincible, isn't he? Just use your brain. Now, among the vice admirals of the Navy headquarters, there is absolutely no one who is his opponent. If the Navy doesn't make any big moves, the people in the 7 Rivers capital will not pose any threat to themselves. Of the 1.8 million negative points obtained this time, only 30,000 are left. If you can save the negative points, just save them. Upgrade the system as soon as possible. As for those people in the 7 Waters capital, he really didn't like many of them. Except for the guy with the door-to-door fruit. Kakuluki is the only one worth treating, as long as you don't get those useless 6 forms. Everything else is acceptable. When the treatment was finally completed, I saw the reward, an iron block. It will really explode. You can really look forward to the men fruit. This is likely to be a bug-level ability. When we're thought about space, his mind was filled with Luo's cool skills. Luo's magic fruit is really like a space fruit. The whole place was flying around. It was exciting just thinking about it. I just don't know what Robin will choose this time. Should I choose to continue being arrested, or stay and fight together? But it doesn't matter. No matter which path she chooses, I can keep her safe. if she continued to choose to be taken away, she might be able to reach Judiciary Island before them, kill that CP officer Pan, and then use Xiaofeng's ability to change his appearance. This would save Robin from being bullied by him, and he can also command Lucci and the others. This is indeed a good choice. Mei Li probably couldn't stand it this time. I have to tidy it up when the time comes. Thinking about it this way, there are really a lot of things that will happen next. He also had to prevent the Navy from sending people over. If only Lieutenant General, he can solve it, but if Kizaru Akainu comes, it will be really difficult. These two guys really have no weaknesses. Even if you want to harm them, you can't do it. Alas, my strength is still too weak. Life is still not guaranteed. You still have to work hard to become stronger. He had to lie down when he met a general. This was not what he wanted to see. Thinking of this, Ware also took a bug from the medical kit. After pressing the start button, a familiar voice came from the small object in his possession. I inhaled a strange gas, and then I lost consciousness for a moment. When I lost consciousness, the guy hit me in the face with his brick, and then I lost control of my body. Navy Headquarters, Conference Room. Qingji, who was wearing a green girdle and big sunglasses, was telling the story of his murder. That's right, the target of Ware's eavesdropping was Qing Pheasant. As for where the bug is installed, just put it in your mouth. That's right, not in teeth, it's in the mouth. That denture is a listening device. It can be said to be a tooth-shaped eavesdropping device. This is something he made with great effort. It is not in vain if it is used on Qing Pheasant. Since he knew it might be dangerous, he would never sit still and wait for death. This is the legacy he left on Qing Pheasant. It just depends on whether the Navy will send any powerful and irresistible combat force to deal with itself. During this period, this will at least give you time to make some preparations. There were not many people in the conference room at this time. It's really not worth summoning everyone here for one word. There are still only 3 people, Warring States Garp and he. Bijou. Banju slapped you down. What kind of banju is this? Garp said with some surprise. At this time, there were several big bags on his head playing stacking. And that smoke, it should also be the key. Zhang Guo was also frowning and thinking at this time. Seeing this, Qing Ji also expressed his own views. I think that his brick should be limited. His speed is very fast. With his speed, there is no chance to hit me directly. But he waited until I was hit by the smoke before he realized it, so the effect of the smoke on me may be the limitation of the brick. Qing Ji analyzed it rationally. The analysis results are exactly the same as the actual situation. The generals are really not vegetarians. The same trick can't make them fall for it twice. After listening to Qing Ji's analysis, the 3 of them nodded repeatedly and felt that it made sense. It is impossible for such a reverse brick to knock out the general directly, so the smoke must be the key. In that case, just let the person he's fighting emit an unknown gas. We must catch him quickly, he's getting more and more dangerous, Zhang Guo said with a headache. That's right, if we don't hurry up, when they enter the new world, there will be no chance. Aokiji also said at this time. After he finished speaking, the whole audience fell into a brief silence. Is their next stop the 7 Water City? Tsuru, who had been silent, finally spoke at this time, and it sounded like a solution. That's right, Zhang Guo hurriedly replied. CP, it seems that there are a few undercovers over there. How about this? I'll let Taotu go over and talk to their superior to see if they can let their undercovers cooperate with Taotu to take down that guy. After Lieutenant General Tsuru said this, Zhang Guo thought about it and felt that it was indeed feasible. He recognized Taotu's strength. The candidate for general is not a joke. After Will's tricks were exposed, with Momoto's strength, he would definitely be taken down. If the undercover agents of the world government cooperated, it would be absolutely foolproof. If it was just cooperation, CP would most likely not refuse. As long as it was not the kind of cooperation that would expose the identity, it was completely feasible to just provide information or do it secretly. Okay. Let Momoto go. We must catch him this time. Warring States also made the decision immediately. Upon hearing this, Will also collected the eavesdropping device in his body and put it in the medical box. Momoto? Go find Spandam. Okay, let's have fun. It's decided. When I get to Water City, I will take the sea train to Judicial Island. After I get there, I will change into Spandam's appearance and wait for Momoto to come to me for discussion, then I will take the opportunity to knock her down. Then, pinch, 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 the picture of the peach rabbit is discussed in the following chapter. I don't know why the picture I put is not in the paragraph comment. Chapter 98 Taotu, I hate clowns the most. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When Will thought of this, he couldn't help but have a crazy smile on his face. Peach rabbit. All of her attributes are pretty good. Putting this down, ahem, grabbing it, is wrong, and tying it up, is wrong too. Why is he so evil? Means exactly what means. By the way, apart from Nami on my own ship, I haven't treated any other women along the way, even Robin hasn't suffered yet. To be honest, I am actually a bit reserved, but there is no other way. I am a doctor. How can a doctor feel constrained by the relationship between a man and a woman? Sin, when the time comes, I must give the girl a good dose of medicine. Cough 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 cough. Treat. Get some therapy. Peach Rabbit has many useful things on his body. It doesn't matter whether it's swordsmanship or physical fitness, they can all improve their own strength very intuitively. She has the best swordsmanship among the female characters that have appeared. If you give yourself some sword skills, you can develop your thunder sword ability, not to mention physical fitness. If obtains the physical qualities of a general candidate himself, his shortcomings will be filled in an instant. It can directly reach the strength that surpasses the general candidate, so this opportunity must not be missed. You also have to plan carefully. It would be great if I could get her easily. In a one-on-one fight, I might not be able to match him. Ecstasy can be eliminated first. Since the Navy asked her to come, they would definitely make her alert to smells, then make poison, be a cool poison, with S pharmacy, can make potions. And poisons are also in this category. If you have superb medical skills, you can do whatever you want. Thinking of this, we're no longer hesitated and got into the state directly. Time is tight and the task is heavy. Start. On the Navy's side, Kakuya came to Momomo's office. Here, there is an uninvited guest. Hey, Lieutenant General He. What kind of wind has brought you here? Do you want to leave the mission to Zhu Yuan? Just let me do it, don't bother her. Wulong, who was second only to Kizaru in terms of wretchedness, spoke diligently. Peach Rabbit's #1 suitor is T. Dolphin. After hearing what's said, before Crane could speak, Taotu couldn't help it. Can you please stay out of my business? Go and do yours, Taotu said, a little unhappy. I'll just take care of you, Zhu Yuan. After T. Pig finished speaking, Peach Rabbit's face couldn't help but turn gloomy. Just when she was about to get angry, he stopped her. Dao. I came to you and asked you to capture a pirate named Will. If the T. Dolphin is okay, you can go together. As soon as he finished speaking, Cha Do looked moved. My dear sister, did you give me a chance like this? I literally cried to death, but Crane's idea is that if the two of them are together, it may be more stable. After all, that guy can't be treated with common sense. Be as stable as you can. But Taotu was very resistant. Sister He, are you talking about the ship's doctor from the Straw Hats with a bounty of 200 million? It's troublesome for me to go with him by myself, so there's no need to let him come with me. Peach Rabbit took Crane's hand and said softly. She was very resistant to the idea of the T-Dolphins acting together. If this guy didn't lick her, it wouldn't be so hard to accept, but this guy is a bit of a licker, the kind who stays around you all day long. I'm almost licking a layer of your skin off. She really doesn't want to act with such a person. That Weir is not an ordinary person. To be honest, I don't feel at ease if you go to my place alone. At this time, he persuaded him earnestly. Aren't you an ordinary person? I've caught a lot of 200 million pirates, and no one can take a move from me. No matter how powerful you are, can you still eat me? Taotu said, unconvinced. Swan Yuan, Lieutenant General, he is doing it for you. Shut up. Seeing this, Hai sighed helplessly, decided to tell the story of Qing Pheasant's glorious deeds, just in case this girl takes it lightly and gets caught by that guy again and her innocence is ruined. After all, anyone who can do something like this to Qing Pheasant is a pervert no matter how you look at it. Dao, I tell you the truth, just half a day ago, General Qing Pheasant was defeated by. He said this matter in a calm tone, but the indifferent words made the two of them no longer indifferent. What? The two shouted in unison, who is General Qing Pheasant? He is the target that we are chasing, one of the Navy's biggest draws, defeated by a 200 million pirate. Are you sure you're not kidding? The T-Dolphin couldn't care less about the Peach Rabbit, both of them looked at he who had a calm face in great surprise. That's right, Qing Pheasant was not only defeated, but also disfigured. Having said this, he couldn't help but sigh, she couldn't even look at Qing Pheasant's face. What? It's even disfigured. Is the bounty wrong? Sister Crane. How can 200 million pirates be the opponent of General Qing Pheasant? Peach Rabbit asked in disbelief. She really couldn't imagine how a pirate with 200 million could do such a thing. As I just said, it was difficult for a pirate with 200 million to connect with her attack, let alone Admiral Aokiji. Now tell me that not only did he connect with her attack, but he also killed her. Are you kidding me? The bounty is correct. You have the strength of more than 200 million. Maybe the bounty is a little low, but it won't be much. And the key to defeating Aokiji is some bizarre items. At this point, he began to explain the difference between will to the two confused people. After listening to his story, Taotu immediately said indignantly. I hate these idiots who play tricks the most. Sister He, don't worry. I will definitely catch her for you. I will be careful too. I will never fall for those tricks. Just wait for my good news. After Taotu finished speaking, she turned around and walked out. He looked at Taotu's reckless look and felt a little helpless. She knew that Taotu actually admired Aokiji and the others. Now that she knew that the target she was chasing was actually plotted against by someone, it's normal to be angry. Chatten, you must keep an eye on her, and you too should try to be more cautious. Don't worry, Lieutenant General He. I will keep an eye on her. After saying that, Chatten also hurriedly chased Taotu. Watching the two men leaving, he didn't know why his heart was beating fast, but the two general candidates couldn't really lose to that guy. If that happened, that trick would really be counted in the combat power. I hope they can be safe. Chapter 99, Success. Chopper. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xuan Yuan. Even if he is the Qing Pheasant general who won through trickery, he will definitely not be underestimated. Get out of here. If you don't want to go, get out of here. I want to see, without those dirty and abusive methods, is still not as arrogant as. With S strength, even if hurts me even 1 point is considered powerful. T-Dolphin shook his head helplessly after hearing this. Peach Rabbit's temperament shouldn't be right. Why are you so excited this time? I'm not arrogant, I think this is self-defense, but I dare not say this. The two quickly boarded a warship and sailed towards Judiciary Island. There is a special sea current between the Naval Ministry, Judicial Island, and Impel City. It's only a few hours' journey from the Navy headquarters to Judiciary Island. Therefore, we were able to arrive at Judiciary Island one step ahead. Will really didn't think about this. But even if knew this, he wouldn't be too worried, because the Cranes don't quite understand the chief of Judiciary Island. That guy is not an easy person to get along with. Koreha, that a shout startled Dr. Dolly, who was sleeping in her beauty sleep. The banging on the door that followed made her even more upset. He stood up and took a large axe from the wall on the side and put it on his shoulder. She turned and walked toward the door, squeaked that the door slowly opened. Dalton's figure in a military coat was standing at the door, his mouth kept breathing heavily. You'd better say something meaningful, or my axe will make you useless. Dr. Dolly said in a cold tone. Dalton was not surprised at all when he heard this, took out a few reward notices from his arms and handed them over directly. Seeing this, Dr. Dolly was stunned, as if he had guessed something. A reward for knocking on the door at the risk of getting chopped off by this guy. Besides Qiao, who else? How long does it take to go here? Is there already a reward order? What a promising person, Joe. While thinking about it, she took the reward order from Dalton's hand. She was in a good mood and raised her hand to let this guy come in for a cup of tea. The two quickly took their seats. There was a cup of steaming tea in front of them. Is it Joe? As soon as she sat down, Kaleha asked confidently. As he spoke, he picked up the reward order on the table. Dalton on the opposite side looked a little strange when he heard this, but he still nodded. That's right. Let me see how much bounty my darling has now. Ha ha ha. Hearing this, Dalton's expression became even stranger. Kaleha looked at them one by one. There are only pieces in total. The first one is Sauron, with a bounty of 60 million belly. This kid is okay. Kureha commented while drinking tea. The first picture is Luffy, with a bounty of 100 million belly. I didn't see it. This guy still has such strength, so the last one must be Qiao. Judging from this situation, it must be more than 100 million. It's really promising. Ha ha ha. As she said that, she also turned to the last one, but as soon as he took a look, a mouthful of tea from his mouth sprayed directly onto Dalton's face in front of him. Her eyes suddenly widened. The bounty is indeed higher than the previous two, and it is indeed because of Qiao, but Qiao is obviously a pendant. She stared at Dalton in front of her with an angry look and said unhappily. Is this what you are talking about? Isn't this the reward for that brat? Dalton, just tell me if you have. But seeing that something was wrong, did not dare to say anything. After drinking a few sips of tea to suppress her soaring blood pressure, Kaleha gradually calmed down. She picked up Weir's reward notice and considered it carefully for a while. Finally, a smile appeared on his face. Forget it, Qiao is fine. It doesn't matter whether he has a bounty or not. After saying that, she also looked at Qiao. I didn't expect this kid to be really good at something. The bounty reached 200 million so quickly. Forget it, it would be good if is stronger. At least can ensure Qiao's safety. At this time Dalton also stood up. Mission is completed. Okay, I'll leave first. There's something in the village that needs to be dealt with. The door is over there, no delivery. Kaleha, who was drinking tea and looking at Joe, didn't even raise her eyelids, said casually. After Dalton left, she went back to the house to get some scissors. With a few clicks, we cut off the 200 million reward. Seeing that only Qiao was left with the reward order, she suddenly felt more pleased with her eyes. After hanging the reward order in the most conspicuous place in the living room, she looked at the cut photo of Will. Is a click. After cutting them, throw them into the stove and burn them completely. While cutting, she muttered, no matter what, your crime of abducting children will not be changed. You bastard. Weir, who was busy, also suddenly sneezed. It must be one of the patients who misses me. Hey, my gentle technique is indeed not comparable to that of ordinary doctors. It is normal for some people to miss me. After saying that, I plunged into the poison research project. Time flies, in the blink of an eye. 2 days have passed. Bang. Brother. Come to. The door was pushed open hard, and a small figure ran in. Weir, who was sitting in front of the mixing table, also frowned when he saw this. This kid is becoming more and more rebellious. Seeing Weir frowning, Qiao immediately stood at attention. I'm sorry. I won't push it this time. After Qiao bowed 90 degrees, Weir's frown finally softened, began to put the bottles of liquid on the table into his pocket. That's right, it's not a medical kit, it's a coat pocket. These are the results of these 2 days of labor. Every bottle is different, there are big and small, and the colors are also various. Qiao picked up one of the yellow bottles with some curiosity. He looked at Weir in confusion and asked, Brother, what are these for? After putting away everything else, Weir looked at the confused Qiao with a mysterious smile. This is a drink I made. Your bottle is orange juice. If you want to drink it, I'll give it to you. After saying that, Will got up and walked outside. Qiao looked at the back of his elder brother as he left, and looked at the orange juice in his hand warily. Is this really orange juice? It curiously opened the bottle and took a few sips, but nothing unusual was found. This is indeed what orange juice tastes like. Would you like to try it? How dare you? Just a sip. Pour. Try it? After thinking for a while, Qiao decided to take a sip, pick up the bottle and take a careful sip. Then he quickly vomited it out, but Qiao, who looked wary at this time, was a little surprised, because that's really orange juice. It still thinks that its elder brother is cheating it. After making sure that there was no problem, I picked up the orange juice and took a big sip. Ha, delicious. As soon as Qiao finished speaking, he lay down straight on the ground with a plop. Qiao, who was completely weak, also made a confused cry at this time. Ah. Chapter 100 Poison Testing Expert. Old Man Qiao. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this time, Weir, who had been waiting outside the door, opened the door and walked in. After observing Chopper's situation, he nodded with satisfaction. He also held a small notebook in his hand, and he was taking notes while reading. The strength has been reduced by about 95%. Passed. After making a checkmark on the book, Will also looked at Chopper. It tastes good. Will said with a smile, delicious. Chopper replied subconsciously, but just after I finished speaking, I realized something was wrong. There's something wrong with this thing. What's good to drink? Brother. You tried the medicine on me again, Chopper said unhappily. Weir also laughed out loud after hearing this. Ha ha ha. You can't blame me. Who makes you fall for this every time? After Weir finished speaking, he took out a pill and gave it to Chopper to take. After poison, only his own antidote can cure it, and not even him. There is no other way. After taking the medicine, Chopper immediately felt energetic. Brother, how did you put poison in your orange juice? Chopper asked with confusion on his face as he stood up. Its taste can be said to be top-notch, and it is also very sensitive to odors or any unusual taste, but there was no problem at all. It's really a bit curious about how Wei did it. Poison? What kind of poison? Will asked with some confusion at this time. Chopper can't be bothered now. Z just finished drinking and fell down. Why not poison? You don't think you just drank the orange juice, do you? Then Will spoke again. Chopper became even more confused after hearing this. What does it mean? That orange juice. You can't doubt a deer's taste. Just when he was about to refute, Weir revealed the truth. I didn't add a drop of orange juice to what you just drank. That bottle was full of orange juice-flavored poison. That's right, it's all poisonous. Make the poison colorless and odorless and then work hard to find a way to put the poison into the food or drink of the target person. Well, it seemed like a waste of effort. I'll just skip the poisoning part. Weir also made various flavors for this purpose. There is tea, wine, water, various juices, and milk, a lot anyway, guaranteed to have something you want to drink, in order to let you take a full sip of delicious poison. Will really took the trouble. He also made these things taste very good. Sanji's cooking knowledge also played a big role. Otherwise, Chopper wouldn't have subconsciously said it was delicious, especially the wine he made. If you open the lid and let Zoro take a whiff, even if Will told him that he might have to steal the poison and taste it. The many famous wines I drank before also made the wine poison very effective. I believe no one who likes to drink can refuse it. Hey! It's all poisonous. Then me. Then I'm going to die. Chopper looked at his own orange juice in horror. I wanted to throw it out but was afraid that Will would still be useful. The hesitation there is very funny. You are safe with the antidote I just gave you. You can keep this bottle and give it to anyone on the ship who doesn't like it. Veer said and walked out. Only a confused Chopper was left. Just now, the eldest brother said, who should I drink it for? After coming outside, Will saw that Luffy and the others had already packed up the gold. Now that the boat has docked, Nami is in a hurry to change money. I changed the money. I must buy a lot of meat. Got it. Pack it up quickly. At this time, the gold had been reshaped into small pieces by Weir. They are putting it into sacks. Seeing Weir coming out, they all looked over. Hey! Will! Is your poison ready? Do you need me to help you taste it? Luffy asked with a happy look on his face. After hearing this, the others all gave him a thumbs up. You are so brave. No need, Chopper has tried it, and I'm very satisfied with the effect. Will said with a smile. Chopper. Well, that deer was really miserable. I get punished by Will every time. Several people also mourned for Chopper silently for a few seconds. By the way, Will. I heard Chopper said you have something to do these 2 days. Is that true? Usopp, who was inspecting the ship, asked at this time. Yes, it will only take a day or two. I will be back before we set off. During this time, you have to take good care of the boat. Ha ha ha. Weir also responded with a smile. Must. After saying that, they continued to work on their own. No one asked what Vale was doing, since Veer didn't say anything. Then didn't want them to know. they also know very well that they don't ask questions that shouldn't be asked. Soon the group of people left separately. Nami, Luffy, and Sanji went to exchange money. Zoro then went to visit a knife shop. Usopp also walked towards the shipyard of the Seven Waters City. He wanted to find someone to give Meili a comprehensive maintenance. The boatmen here are among the best in the world. Looking at Robin, who was left behind, Will said, "Robin, I will leave this time to you, Chopper." Robin chuckled and said, "Don't worry." After receiving Robin's reply, Veer didn't stop any longer, turned around and got off the boat. He wanted to check the situation. Yesterday, Will also thought about the problem that Taotu and the others had already arrived at Judicial Island, so he couldn't go there blindly now. At least he had to figure out what was going on there before making a decision. As for how to make sure, first, deal with the bartender of the Dordor fruit, then change his appearance. Robin appeared here, and they must have a group activity, for example, hold a meeting or something. By then, everything will be clear. It just so happens that he can directly treat the Dordor man to see if he can get the ability of that space. Thinking of this, he changed his face to a common face first, then he walked towards the tavern in his memory. After Will left, Robin also got off the boat with Chopper. Robin was going to buy some exercise equipment suitable for her. Chopper was with her. "Robin, can you buy me some cotton candy later? I can carry all the things for you." Chopper looked at Robin pitifully. Robin smiled and patted his head. "Of course, Chopper." "Oh yeah." Chopper was so happy, in deer form, he started to jump when he walked, but at this time, in a small alley far away from them, a man in black with sunglasses was talking to the Den Mushi in front of him at a very fast speed. Window, _Taboola equals window, _Taboola, _Taboola. Push, mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, Taboola, below, article, thumbnail, 300x250, placement, below article thumbnail, 300 by 250, target _type, mix.